in just regurgitating information. If you make the connection, you are lighting up minds and souls in very important ways.
Yeah, yeah. Number two, can you share a time where you were successful at getting a student engaged that was struggling?
Yeah, so the nature of my work, I worked with mostly kids who, although they were oftentimes bright, they their motivation or interest in school and assignments, that's where they struggled. So what you described is really like a, a daily effort, an hourly effort in trying to appeal to a kid that uh, what you're doing for that assignment or in that class uh, is important. Um, Ask the question one more time.
Sure. Can you share a time where you were successful getting a student engaged that was struggling?
Um, yeah, great question. I mean, it happened every day.
Mhm.
I think in the nature of my job, uh, because I'm the student's ally, um, uh, uh, I try to I try to paint a picture of we're an academic team together, and we have identified that you're at the school, and a part of your reason for being here is to find academic success. So there's that looming uh, narrative over our work together, and it feels like if you're able to convince the student that our work is important, our time is important, um, it, it, that's how you can slog through maybe a math assignment that seems unrelatable or an English assignment that's boring. Uh, but to give a student a sense of purpose and meaningfulness of why you're doing it. Um, at times it can range from just like um, appeasing your parents, um, being aware about the college process, but also to recognize that you control your plight in life and you want to give the best effort that you can. I know I didn't give a specific.
No, that's perfect. That it's about being the child's ally more than anything, and
Mhm.
walking them through the realities of the situation. It's like we got to do this. It's our time together is worthwhile, and this will build upon itself. Yeah, I like that.
Well said. Well said.
How would you describe your classroom management style?
Yeah, I had a unique position where it was just a one-on-one. So really, uh, I think at the beginning of the period, it was always important to establish that I I cared for the student, and like I wanted I wanted to know what was going on in their worlds. So just like you naturally build up a friendship and and trusting each other, and like all good friends, you want to know what's going on with their world, but also my role was to help them out academically. So I think both of us recognize that just like there's work that needs to get done, and for you to have a more enjoyable experience at school, if we get the work done now, then you can pursue other interests at other times.
No, I
So
think that's perfect. Yeah.
I think the feeling that you're a team working together on something um, helps to persuade the student, just like there's meaning and value in what we do.
Right. I like that. What strategies do you use to build positive relationships or classrooms?
Um, I really try to note the small things or to note what's important to the person. Again, like I don't know if I've thought about it this way, but it's like it's another relationship that in order for it to blossom, you have to be a good listener and engage with the person. So it's not just surface talk about this or that, but where their passions lie. Yeah, I guess my experience is a lot different than most classroom teachers that it was just a one-on-one relationship. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. How do you support students with special needs or support English learners?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of echo the same themes as far as it's a relationship. So, like, I know their weaknesses. They also know my weaknesses. And uh, I think it's helpful when you frame it as here is an area of growth and let's spend the time together getting better at this skill.
I think that's good. What type of assessments do you use or have you used in the past?
Hmm. Yeah. Again, I work at an independent school, so we are free from the burdens of standardized testing, and all this. But on a broad, in a broad manner, uh, the students are still assessed by grades here. So that is a marker of how the kid is doing. I think for uh, evolved parents, that if they recognize that their kid is putting in the effort, um, um, then they feel like the kid has done what they can. Um, so I, again, I think it comes to a relationship where um, the parents understand the kid understands the uh, his or her's own mind, and that the grade reflects many things. Uh, but it's more important to know the effort being put in because not all subjects are going to come easy to kids.
True. True. How do you reflect on your teaching?
Great questions. Um, it's odd. Uh, I will speak philosophically here, just like my years, because I've been at this school for a long time, in my years in the alumni office. When people come back, they talk less about the what they've specifically learned in their class. They talk more about uh how they were treated or like affectionately cared for like that sticks with them more than a student coming back and saying like that was a great lecture on the French Revolution. Uh,
Right. No, I would agree that was very similar to how I felt. Like the treatment and the community of Dunn definitely became the greatest motivator. Yeah. Um, how would you say you demonstrate patience in the classroom?
um, yeah, I think, well, these might seem contradictory, but if there's a kid who's not focused or who is acting out, there's a reason for it. And it is worth the teacher's time to figure out why uh, that is going on. Here's the contradictory part. Like, I also think for a classroom teacher, they might have to say, just like, uh, they might have to address that the student is not fully attentive to what's going on in the class, but a part of a teacher's work is to advance the progress on that lesson. So it's a delicate way, or like it feels like at times it's a side conversation with the kid about just like we can't resolve the larger things that are going on in your life right now, but it is still important for us to move ahead as a class by getting through this content.
I think that's true. How do you handle conflict and what kind of conflict resolution do you often lean on?
Oh, I- again, yeah, it comes down to relationships, and then there's also like, um, I know when I struggled with conflict, um, at times I wasn't the best listener as far as understanding what's going on in the kids' world. I had a preconceived issue, and then at, at times the truth it takes longer for it to come out. Um, I do think that in teaching, if you build a reservoir of goodwill, the students will see it that although you might not be addressing what they need, they understand that uh, in your role as a teacher, that you need to move on with the lesson. And that's where establishing stronger relationships, which allows the students to have trust in their teacher that um, they are trying to do their best work.
Mhm. I like that. We have 9 minutes left of my, apparently I don't have Zoom Pro, so let's as fast as we can. I'm
Sure.
not asking for the world, but would you consider yourself a long life a lifetime learner? What is something you learned recently that you use repeatedly?
Hmm. Yes, it's so true. In my new position, I'm learning different aspects of education every day. And although I'm a bit older and like have a harder time uh, with getting tasks done, I really try to frame it as like I come to work and I think every day is a gift. Push yourself in completing as much you can. Um, so I am very much a lifelong learner. I feel like this new position has been great for me to be challenged in new ways. There's so much I still want to learn, and there's so many different ways that I want to get better.
I like that. Um, what are some of the instructional strategies you use to meet students' diverse learning needs?
Hmm. Again, I was a tutor, so I was able to accommodate my approach for the kid itself.
Well, sometimes you had to work with us all together at the same time. When I think of this question, I think about if George and I were in the room at the same time.
Yes, great point. I I would appeal to both of you guys that just like our time together is important and here's what we got to get done. So trying to get you guys to buy in that yes, adolescence is a squirrely time. This assignment might be boring, but can we hit it hard for 20 minutes and try to get it done?
I like that. What steps do you take to ensure all students are participating in class discussions?
Um, yeah, make sure that there's a enough open-ended questions that everybody uh, would be able to find their voice. Uh, and again, build a trusting community in the class where hopefully uh, kids feel comfortable in speaking out.
I like that. Do you utilize any specific tools to help you track students' progress?
Mostly our software at school, it tracks grades and assignments and those things.
That's a solid answer. How often do you meet with colleagues to monitor students' learning?
Informally every day, formally once a week.
Yeah, makes sense. What are some of the professional development classes you have taken that you have found beneficial?
I do enjoy going to conferences. At times, I worry when people have a everything theory of how education works.
Mm,
I love hearing the stories of teachers and how breakthrough happens. Again, I think that happens on a in, individual basis where there's trust between the teacher and the student.
okay. How do you work with families to support learning?
Yeah, parents are very important. It's a partnership. They can give you great insights into how the student is doing. Um, and and they can be huge allies if you feel like you're on a team together. It's always a powerful approach.
I like that. When you have students that is struggling, what have you found to be the best way to reach them, help them overcome their challenge?
Hmm. I guess first listen to them while they're having the struggles, and then second, um, just go back to basics. Try to find out where they are at the base level, and then just build it from there. Again, trying to convince them that it's a it's a process and that we will eventually get there.
All right. What tools do you employ to help you stay organized and on track?
Hmm. I'm almost 60, so I it's a lot of like little notes to myself, checks, and
Oh, yes,
balance.
I remember the post-it notes everywhere.
Yes. Kelsey Sullivan.
Hi!
He's got like 2 minutes left on the Zoom, but listen into
Learn system.
the questions here.
The next question, what do you look for to determine whether or not your students have processed what you have just presented to them?
Uh, I guess a follow-up question to see if they've really digested what we presented. I can't think of anything too too specific beyond that.
That's fair. What are some nonverbal tools you use to keep your students engaged or focused?
I do like to walk the classroom to have my presence um, felt as I move around. I know it's a little complicated these days, but like a, a hand on the shoulder, I think is always good.
I like that. How do you adjust your lessons in the moment if you notice students are not grasping the material as expected?
Yeah, I think that you have to take a step backward and to make sure that you're bringing everybody along.
I like that. What role does student voices and choice play into your classroom, and how do you incorporate into daily instruction? How do you incorporate that?
Yeah, again, half the battle is if the students believe that their voice is heard, then that makes for a better classroom experience for everybody.
I like it. How
What's
do
our time left?
we have 1 minute, 32 seconds.
Okay.
How do you balance maintaining high expectations while also being flexible to meet students where they are?
Uh, yeah, I think candid conversations with the class that everybody's at a different place. Uh, and that is all right. Everybody's trying to get to a better version of themselves.
I like that. That works. That's all my questions.
Any questions for Kelsey Sullivan?
Just how you doing?
Good, how are you, teacher? This is crazy.
I know, right?
It's
I,
so cool.
I
I love
tortured so many teachers that now my karma has to go the
it.
other way and I get tortured.
Similar path. Yeah, I think I tortured Susie Child my whole life, and now I get to do that all day. So I'm with you. Yeah, we're both serving our own penance in different ways.
Exactly. Oh my God. Well, I'm sad that I missed the 10-year reunion.
Come this year because it's class of '06. We're gonna be a good time. Come hang out with us.
I'll consider it. I'll consider it. I got to go to this wedding this coming weekend, so I'm trying to get ahead on all my classes by at least a week, and that has been a struggle. But this actually getting this done means